we found the pirates' empty skiff, along with money, ladders, and several RPG warheads.
So to get out on their ship, that's for sure.
I'm now headed for the troubled waters off Nigeria, where I continue my search for pirates. My search for pirates begins back in the UK when I visit the Maguire family, who are desperately seeking news of Matthew Maguire. Matthew, father of 3 and son of Bernard, was kidnapped along with Robin Hughes by pirates on the way to an oil platform off the Nigerian coast.
Well, thanks for agreeing to see us.
Yeah, that's fine.
How long has he been in captivity?
Well, now it's over 5 months. But in the last week or so, we were told that one of them was seriously ill.
What kind of pressure are you under as a family?
I mean, his mother's really upset about it. The little things of the night when you're trying to go to sleep, or you wake up early because you're thinking about the conditions he's kept in, and stupid things like shower, clothes, what food is he eating, where's he sleeping, is he tied up, is he free, whatever conditions he's getting kept in now, God knows, I don't know.
How long has he been a diver?
Just over a year he's been a diver. This was his second trip to Nigeria, but he never actually got to the rig because we were on a supply boat. The pirates took the boat, the tug, and the 27 people that were on it.
Until recently, Nigeria was the world's 8th biggest oil producer. It has some 20,000 foreign oil workers in the country. They get paid well to bring the expertise needed to pump black gold from Nigeria's rich oil fields. However, it comes at a price. Over 100 are kidnapped by pirates every year. The seas around Nigeria have been described as a war zone. I'm going there to find out why it's the bloodiest pirate hotspot on the planet. I begin my search in Lagos. It's a vast, sprawling city that's grown up around a complex system of rivers, lagoons, and waterways. Nigeria imports 75% of all its commodities. As a result, ships from all over the world are queuing up to get into West Africa's busiest port. I'm outside the entrance to the port of Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa. Lagos is the fastest growing city on the planet, and probably the most chaotic. The 1950s had a population of just around 250,000 people. Now, depending on who you speak to, that's a population ranging from anything from 9 million to 18 million. But as this city expands at such a fast rate, it faces certain challenges. Unemployment, crime, corruption, pollution, and now there's another problem thrown into the mix: piracy. I'm going to meet up with Duncan McNichol, a shipping agent. He's been working in Lagos for nearly 20 years, and he's got some footage of a very recent pirate attack that he wants to show me.
So the master filmed this from the bridge wing. As you can see, there are...
That's the pirate boat.
That's the pirate boat. And as she's approaching from the starboard side, they're circling around, trying to fire heavy caliber weapons and automatic weapons at the vessel.
Gun flashes, yeah?
Correct. Piracy is on the increase, and there's two reasons for that. One is that there is what we call the Niger Delta problem. This is a political problem, and they are attacking tankers, particularly in the Niger Delta region. But also, there are so many vessels lying offshore Lagos that they are sitting ducks.
Institutionalized bureaucracy and a corrupt and crumbling infrastructure means that sometimes up to 100 ships have to wait for weeks to offload their cargoes. We're now in what's known as the quarantine anchorage. These are the ships that are waiting outside the harbour to go in, and some of them have to wait a considerable time because of the backlog. And this in turn makes them vulnerable to being pirated. In fact, only 4 days ago, a
chemical tanker that was waiting to go into the harbour was pirated. The crew were beaten up, the money was stolen, they also took out their radio communications. So, you know, how vulnerable is something like this ship?
These sort of ships are the ones that are being attacked these days. She's fairly low freeboard, as you can see. It'd be quite easy to get on board.
A ladder up that, you're climbing.
A ladder, a grappling hook. Most of the attacks are at night time. They use the cover of darkness to come in. A lot of these ships, particularly the smaller ones, won't have full watches on board. And a lot of the bigger ships, the more international ships, will actually be lying well offshore and may not even be anchored. They'll be drifting up and down, waiting for their turn to come in.
Duncan, just explain to us why this country has to import so much stuff. Why hasn't it got a manufacturing industry?
It's basically because of the oil. It became easier to earn money from the oil companies than it did to farm. So they let the farms go, they let the plantations go.
So it was like a gold rush, but an oil rush, basically.
Exactly, exactly.
Coming up, I'll visit some of the poorest fishermen in Lagos who are suffering at the hands of pirates.
Many are dying, many are wounded.
And I'll travel deep into the swamps of the troubled Niger Delta.
Really got to get on our toes and get out of it.
We've got to go, guys. Okay.
The streets of Miami, an AK-47 is cheaper to buy than a PlayStation.
Miami, city of extremes, famous beaches, infamous ghettos. When it comes to policing these neighborhoods,
Going to shooting,
extreme situations,
possible bank robbery.
Many of those attacks go unreported, and they've been widely ignored by the international press. One fact, though, I find extremely shocking is that over the last 4 years, 298 fishermen have lost their lives to pirates.
The threat from pirates is such that the only person that would talk to us didn't want his identity revealed.
You run a fleet of trawlers, don't you? Can you tell me how many?
69 vessels.
And how often do those 69 vessels come into contact with pirates?
It's more or less a daily affair.
A daily affair. So when was the last time one of your vessels was attacked?
This week I've had 12.
You've had 12 attacks this week.
Yeah.
And what have they done to the crews?
They've beaten them up. I mean, I've had 4 or 5 of them hospitalized. You see, when the people come on board with the guns, or they come shooting, whether they do anything to you or not, they're traumatized, I'm traumatized. Because I'm scared to send off my vessels. I normally don't have so many vessels in port.
And how organised are these
Pirates,
pirates?
they come in boats with bulletproof vests. And
So they're wearing body armour?
Body armour, they've got enough fuel supply, they're 40 miles offshore, there's no place to sail. And remember, a trawler has got a nest down,
It's very slow moving.
2.5 knots. Your freeboard is 8 feet. You're a sitting duck.
Lagos is a maze of waterways, and it's the perfect environment for pirates to hide. Finding them amongst the labyrinth of backwaters and miles of open ocean is not going to be easy. We have, however, just got a lead to someone who was one of their victims. Billy Graham has worked here in the oil business since 1991. 18 months ago, he was kidnapped and is still coming to terms with it.
You've actually met pirates, haven't you?
I've been held.
How long were you held for, mate?
It ended up 26 days. I actually got to dig my own grave.
And make you dig your own grave?
Yes. I got to lay down in it.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't feed me for 10 days. No food. Yeah.
Do you know where the pirates were from, the ones that took you?
Oh yeah. I knew every one of them. Yeah. Some of them were fresh out of secondary school. Yeah. It was a sad situation, actually.